Hi and welcome to the Crochet Circle. My name is Alex and in today's video I want to show you how to make Christmas lights. I'm gonna do two tutorials on how to make Christmas lights. In this first tutorial it's gonna be doing everything in a spiral, so it will be in continuous rounds. That's why you can also see here the color change for the top of the Christmas light. But in the next one I'm gonna show you how to do each row separately and then change the colors without the visible switch. But first, the easier version. I think it still looks good because once you hang it you don't actually see from the distance that there's a switch of the color. Okay, as you can see here I have 5 different sizes. This one was made with a 3.5mm hook, and I'm gonna actually take a tape measure and measure it out. So I didn't find my tape measure, but I have a ruler here. So with a 3.5mm hook, the Christmas light is about 4.5 centimeters long. Now with a 3mm hook it's about 4 centimeters long. This one was made with a 2mm hook. This one is about 3 centimeters high, and then I have these small ones. They are about 2.5 centimeters long and they were made with 1.75mm crochet hook. As you can see, different sizes because of different sizes of yarn and different sizes of a crochet hook. So for this tutorial I'm gonna have a 3.5mm hook. Hope you can see it. And some really nice bright yellow yarn. I do also need just a bit of filling to stuff it, and the top of the light will be in a contrasting color. In my case it's gonna be green because the green can then be hidden when it's hung on the Christmas tree. So I'm actually gonna begin with the yellow one, and we're gonna continue here in continuous rows, so it's gonna be just continuing and counting as you go. So the beginning is a magic ring, so I just go twice over my thumb and then I do a chain 1. I pull a bit tighter the ring, and now I have to do 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now I can tighten up the magic ring because the first row is done. So the first row is just 4 single crochets. Now the next row calls for 8 stitches. That means I will have to do an increase in each of those 4 stitches. So I go in the first one and I do 2 single crochets, so that's an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, again an increase. 5, 6, an increase. 7, 8, an increase. Now that's row number 2 done. Now I need 2 more rows of 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. That's row number 3 done. Now I can turn also the work on the right side because it's much easier to work once you have few rows done. Now the next row is again just 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now the next row calls for 12 stitches. That means I'm gonna do a single crochet and an increase 4 times. 1, 2, 3 are an increase. 4, 5, 6 are gonna be an increase. 7, just a single crochet. 8, 9, an increase. 10, 11, 12, an increase. As you can see, it's slowly getting its shape. Now the next row is just 12 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Now the next row requires 16 stitches. That means I'm gonna do single crochet and an increase, and I'm gonna repeat that 4 times. So 1, 2 are just single crochets, 3, 4 is an increase. An increase just means 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Now 5, 6 single crochets, 7, 8 an increase. 9 and 10 single crochets. 11, 12 an increase. 13, 14 single crochets. 15, 16 an increase. Now the next row is just 16 single crochets all around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. Now we're at the widest of the crochet light, Christmas light. Now it's gonna be a reduction, and I have to do 8 decreases, and I'm gonna be doing decreases while going only through the front loops of the work. So I need 8 of them. This is 1, 2, 3. Now I have 4 decreases. I have just enough. The hole is just big enough for me to stuff it, so I'm gonna get some stuffing. And I'm gonna just fill the Christmas light up. Now I've already done 4 decreases, I need 4 more, so that's 5, 6, 7 and 8. But what I'm gonna do here now is, as you can see, I have 2 loops on my crochet hook, and now I'm gonna switch the color. If you don't want your color to be switched, you don't have to, but I think it looks really nice, the top part where the electricity comes in, where the wires are hidden, to be in either green or some other dark color. So now I'm gonna go and change the color and go in with my green yarn. Now the next 2 rows, as you can see, I have all the both loose ends still here. I'm gonna tie a knot in the next round. So first I have to do 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now I'm gonna do another row of 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now I'm gonna do a slip stitch and just pull the yarn through, and I can cut it. I'm gonna pull the yarn through. So I still have here the yarn, the yellow yarn and the green yarn that I have to tie a knot. You do want to look on the front side not to pull too much, because you don't want any creases in. And I'm gonna get the loose ends in to my work, and then I'm gonna double check if I can still put some stuffing on top. Now, as you can see, I can do this because I'm using a 3.5mm hook, but with this small Christmas light I cannot stuff after I finish. So this is now my Christmas light done. All I have to do is close the top up, so I need a needle, and you know, I usually take only the front loops when closing up work. In this case I'm gonna be using the inner loops, so I'm just using the inner loops. Because you will see the effect when I'm gonna pull the yarn tight, what the outer loops will do is they're gonna be like, they're gonna make a line on top, so it's gonna look like it's more flatter. Now I just have to pull the yarn through and pull it tight. Now I'm gonna go in once or twice more just to secure it a bit more. Now I'm gonna go and pull it through, and now I can already cut the yarn. As you can see, I got a really nice Christmas light. Now, how to hang the Christmas light, if you're wondering. Just take a needle, leave some yarn for the beginning, and then just go through. Okay, that's not gonna work. Once you have it on your yarn, you can then just also make a knot so it won't go left or right when it's hung up. But this is how you make a crochet Christmas light. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just before I finish, I'm gonna get the second one on as well, just for you to see. Now the space between the two lights, it's up to you how much it's gonna be, but for this purpose of showing you, I'm gonna make like only 10 centimeters between them. And yeah, you can then hang them on your Christmas tree or on your wall or wherever you want to decorate your space. Don't forget, there will be another video making a really similar Christmas light at this one. This one was done with continuous rounds, and in the next tutorial I will show you how to do it in each round at a time, and then changing the colors. Much nicer not to have this skip of one row. Until the next time, I'm gonna say happy crafting!